What's going on, guys? So today we are in Cartagena, Colombia. Buenos dias, it's a brand new day here in Cartagena, Colombia, and today we'll be exploring the fortress that is surrounding Cartagena's borders, and that separates where the new city and the old city are, and hopefully we'll be able to get some good shots. And looking at the beach right now, it's normally you'd be able to see, early in the morning you'd be able to see people fishing out here, like by the water, but right now there's full of construction, so you wouldn't be able to see any sort of activity going on at the beach other than constructions.
Our first stop on our trip is Castillo San Felipe de Barajas, a fortress built on the hill of San Lázaro in 1639 during the colonial era. It served as an important lookout for several battles that Cartagena faced against the English and French. From the top of the fortress, you can get great views of Cartagena's old and new town. While the view is great, the area is very open and does not provide much shade. Cartagena is very sunny, so it is important to apply sunscreen frequently. And don't be like me, who got burnt just after an hour of being outside in the sun.
And a photo. Just took really good photos.
From the fortress, we decided to take a quick walk through Old Town. You'll find many small, vibrant traditional architecture. These vibrant houses really only exist in Old Town, while New Town will have more modern buildings and malls with air conditioning. You'll find that there are many vendors selling local souvenirs, such as straw hats and magnets. One thing to note is that many vendors will come up to you and try to convince you to buy something. While walking, we spotted one of Cartagena's most iconic attractions, the palanquetas. The palanquetas of Cartagena are women with African heritage, which is reflected not just in their skin color, but in their beautiful, vibrant, and flowing dresses, and the magnificent fruit bowls that they balance on top of their heads. The palanquetas might come to you and ask if you want to take a photo, for money of course. If you have a camera, many might hide their faces or walk away. It is important to remember, especially if you are a photographer like me, that to the palanquetas, their face and dresses is their business. So if possible, don't forget to leave a tip.
That's hilarious.
We ended the day by taking a stroll on the beach while watching the sunset. One of my favorite pastimes here in Cartagena.
So we just finished exploring the fortress, and we even explored a little bit of the old town. My favorite part about exploring that area where the old town is how colorful the buildings are. And it's just such a lively and capricious place. It's just, the pictures are just gonna be really vibrant when you take them. So we came back to the hotel because it's like scorching hot and we're all sweaty. Press it up. And just before the sunset, we went to stop by the beach, and I have to say the sunset here on the beach is immaculate, even when there's all this construction. We're lucky enough that even though you see all this construction here, if you walk a little bit back from where we're staying, the beach is open.
The next day, we went back to the Old Town to visit the neighborhood of Getsemani. This district is known for its colorful artwork and decorations that is displayed all over the streets. The area is lively with many artists, vendors, and street performers. The perfect place to capture Cartagena's vibrant nature.
Alright, it's a new day here in Cartagena, Colombia, and we are on these streets of the Old Town. These are basically an umbrella street. I don't know the name in Spanish, but it'll be right here. It's really hot today as well, but this street I think is a must to see if you're in Cartagena, Colombia. And I have my Sony a7 IV with my 24 to 70 GM2, but before I was shooting with my Tamron 17 to 20 meters, just to be able to get all this. It's a narrow street, so you want to get all of it, but I think I like the pictures with the 24 to 70 GM. You get that compression with all the umbrellas. Just go a little further back. And it's quite empty here right now because it's in the middle of the day, it's lunchtime, so everyone's taking their siesta.
While exploring the neighborhood, we encounter one of Cartagena's street performers that do beatboxing. After the amazing performance, I asked the performers if I could take a photo of them. They were ecstatic about it, and I think this photo came out pretty sick.
Si nos perdemos en la vida, te volvería a encontrar. Tú eres mi cielo. No te hables con temor, es decepción a mi corazón. Sabe dulce este amor como la primera vez. Sale sin lágrimas.
The next day, we decided to do a short trip to Barranquilla. The trip is about 2 hours away from Cartagena. Barranquilla is Colombia's 4th populous city, next to Bogota, Medellin, and Cali. Our first stop is Puerto, Colombia, a coastal town right next to Barranquilla. From Puerto Colombia's boardwalk, we can see the locals enjoying a nice day at the beach. Actually, while walking the pier, a mother came up to me and asked if I could take a photo of her with her son. It was a heartwarming moment where I realized that even though we have modern phones now that come equipped with a decent camera, people still crave the quality that a photo comes from a real camera. The photo came out beautifully, and I really do hope that the mother and her son now have a photo that will be able to cherish for a lifetime. Right after walking the pier, it started raining.
Don't we have an umbrella?
And I don't just mean raining, it was pouring. Our trip to Barranquilla ends with visiting Jardín del Río, which is a promenade next to the Magdalena River. The promenade has many art sculptures and restaurants right next to the river. While we couldn't see the river after sundown, we enjoyed watching the sculptures light up the night. The next day, we headed to Plaza de Aduana in Old Town Cartagena, a lively plaza where you'll find many vendors here selling food and souvenirs. While exploring the area, we saw this craftsman selling colorful handbags and shoes. We come to the end of our trip. With one last sunset, we decided to not let it go to waste and took some portraits from the balcony. Cartagena is undoubtedly beautiful. My time here has definitely opened me up to a different kind of street photography. Now, I'm used to photographing modern places with modern buildings that may not always be colorful. However, Cartagena is the opposite of what I usually shoot. It has many traditional buildings with many bright eye-catching colors. It's visually beautiful, and oftentimes I wondered if I was even able to capture Cartagena's beauty correctly. As a disclaimer, it wasn't easy going around Colombia with my camera. It's not a place you can go flaunting around $4,000 worth of gear around. You'll definitely get some stares when you carry a camera, so be sure your gear is always secured. Despite that, it was worth picking up my camera and being able to capture Cartagena's beauty through my lens, showing you those moments that you might not always see. This is a moment unknown.